everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all doing well. Please forgive my gravelly old voice. I have been losing my voice all week long. I'm just gonna have to deal because I have not made videos in days, hoping it would get better, and it's not getting any better. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. Today I want to share with you guys everything I'm thinking about reading in August. As the last summer month, I want to make it a good one, and so I am planning on mostly doing mood reading, but I do have a few plans. There's a couple of readathons that I want to take part in, and just a couple of my own goals that I would like to continue working on. But I did at the beginning of this summer talk about my summer cart. I filled it up with things from my TBR shelf that I thought I might read during the summer. And I will have to say, I probably have read a good, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 from my cart, but not as much as I was planning on. So I may attack that cart a little bit this next month and see what else I can work through before I rearrange the whole thing, right? And fill it full of all of the stuff that I want to read in the fall and winter. I'm also planning on working a lot more toward finishing up my goal of reading through the preschool curriculum with Ambleside Online, which is the homeschool curriculum that my kids go through. And I decided to go through it as an adult. So I have been reading all kinds of children's preschool age books and enjoying them for sure. And then just making little, updates and commenting on that. I would like to try to get finished up with preschool by the end of August because I have a couple of other study directions that I think I want to go, and I need to decide if I want to go into the kindergarten level for Ambleside or if I want to put that off until later in the year. So let's get into the readathons that I'm planning on participating in the month of August. The first one is the Prairie Trail Reading Challenge, which is a challenge that Anne from In Search of Wonder is doing. This is her second year. This year she's got Alma on with her as a co-host, and they have a pretty elaborate game plan for this reading challenge. If you're looking for some real fun challenge with lots of just inspiration and prompts and teams and all kinds of good crazy, I would check out Anne's video on the Prairie Trail Reading Challenge. I'll put it down in the description box. I would like to participate in that, but I don't think that I'm going to do the prompts and the challenges and the keep up with the teams and all the stuff that they have going on. I think I'm just going to read a couple of books like in the spirit of it so I don't have FOMO again and then move on with some of the other things that I have planned for the month. But what I'm looking at is the Love Comes Softly series. Okay, so this is the series by Janette Oak that I read way back. Like, if I could credit anything that's not human to helping me start off with a godly marriage, I would credit this series by Janette Oak and also the Wind Calls the Heart series that she has. I read those 2 book series right after getting married. I didn't know anything about following God or anything. I was a mess. And I read those, and they were just such beautiful stories of marriage, of submitting one to another, right? Husband submitting to wife and wife submitting to husband for the good of the marriage, and the sacrificial love sort of thing, and all this stuff. Like, I just learned a lot there that I didn't know about Christian marriage. And so really thankful for that. But it's been almost 30 years. Jamie and I actually just celebrated our 28th anniversary this past Saturday. Super fun and awesome to be married that long. But anyway, so I think that I'm going to at least read the first one, which is Love Comes Softly, and then we'll see. This, I don't know actually if I've even read the entire series. I think I've only read the first 5 of these. I do not see myself reading the entire series in August, but who knows, maybe I will just get on a kick and read them all. But I do have them all, so that will be good. Before I start that, though, I'm going to read just one by Janette Oak, which is one of my favorites way back in the day. Again, I haven't read this for probably 25 years. This is A Gown of Spanish Lace. I'm going to read this just to see how I feel about her writing and if I want to start in on the series. I remember liking this story. It's a real quick story about a woman who is actually kidnapped out on the frontier. And the thing is Janette Oak writes stories that are set both in America and in Canada. For the Prairie Trail Reading Challenge, the idea is to read things about the westward expansion of America. And I'm not sure about this one. I tried to read the first few pages, kind of just skimmed them, looking for like place names, and I couldn't find anything. And I know if I read much further, I'm going to be into the, main action, which I don't want to read yet. So if it doesn't end up counting for Prairie Trail, then it'll just count for one of my mood reads. But I think I will read this one and then decide if I want to read the first one in that series I showed you. All right, and then the other readathon that I'm going to take part in, and this one will just kind of count for everything really, and that is the End of Summer Mood Readathon. This is put on by Christianbooktuber and a whole bunch of co-hosts, and I did this last year also, and I really loved it. It's a really great wrap up to the summer because instead of having prompts, she actually has kind of backward prompts. Basically, you just read what you want, and then when you get done, you answer a specific question. So if it's your first read, you answer question 1. If it's your fourth read, you answer question 4, and you can write it in your book journals. You can just answer it in your head. If you have a channel like me, you can make a video and answer it there. But it's just kind of questions to get you thinking about the things that you read, but you read whatever you want first, right? She's got a bunch of new questions this year. She's got a cute little like fill-in board chart graphic thingy for your book journal. So I will put her link down below as well. But for the mood readathon, right, it's hard to pick what you're going to read because it's mood reading. But I do know that I have a bunch of books coming. I just ordered them this morning. And I know I'm going to want to be reading some books by Misread. All right. So I ordered a bunch of these. I'm trying to collect the ones from, I think these are the first US editions that look like this. I have this one, School at Thrush Green, and also the Battles at Thrush Green. Oh, sorry about the glare. These are both kind of, there you go, you can kind of see it. These are both the first edition American editions, and I'm trying to collect that series with, both of her series actually, with this cover artwork. And so I ordered quite a few this morning from eBay and Pango, and so those should be showing up. I also have a little paperback of Tales from a Village School, which I won't read for a really long time because it's like what you read after you've read all the books. And so in time, when I find that in hardback, right, I will replace. But here's the thing, guys. I have been looking at these books for like 15 years. And I've always thought that the author was misread because that's funny, right? You could say misread or it's misread. It was misread. Like the name of her name. Is it misread? Are we misreading misread? Are we misreading misread? I've always thought it was misread and it was a joke. Well, when I watch all of my booktube friends talking about her, everybody says misread. It's a British author. The stories are set in a British village. And all of my British friends say misread. If anybody would know, it would be them. So here's my question. Is everybody missing the joke but me? Was it ever meant to be a joke? Was it always supposed to be misread and everybody is misreading it? Or did I just misread it? Or am I just extra punny? Or does it even matter? The author's actual name is like something that's not misread. But when you read her Wikipedia, it says that she took this name from a person that she knew whose last name was Reed. Or was it Red? All I know is about 20 years ago, I made an eBay account and I called it Missy Claire's Tea Service. And I sold like tea party stuff. Missy Claire. But it wasn't Missy Claire. It was Miss Eclair, which is for a tea party. If you eat an eclair at a tea party, right? And I thought that was so clever. And so it would just be so clever if her name was misread. And everybody's just been misreading it all this time. But anyway, until I know for sure, I'll just keep calling her Misread. All that to say, she's probably going to be on my mood read TBR for August. I got like the first 7 or so of the Thrush Green titles series. I don't have like anything from the Fairacre except for the first 3 kind of in an omnibus. But I'll probably read through one entire thing before I move on to the other one. You guys can let me know if you think that's a good idea, if you've read or if you've misread. And then other mood reads, obviously, I have no idea. I'm really enjoying the books from the Furrowed Middlebrow series. And so I will probably order a couple more of those. I do need to read, I'm on book 4 of the, what's it called? Christina Bear, you know, with the dragons. Secrets of Orndell. That's what it is. I'm on book 4 of that, so I might order that and read it. But other than that, I really don't know. And obviously it's hard to tell what I'm going to be in the mood for, right? Anything that I have left over from Jane Austen July, I will probably move into August for my mood reads. But I just kind of want to just chill and read whatever in August because I kind of have a feeling I'm just right on the brink of feeling an intellectual breakthrough. I'm feeling like I want to maybe start like some kind of a personal curriculum that's a little bit more focused than what I've been doing with my medieval studies. But I don't know. I might just mood read all fall and winter. Anyway, the other thing that I have on my goal list for each month is my medieval studies. So for this year, I have been reading through a reading list of, I think, 8 books on the Middle Ages, and I have 3 left to go. I actually have 4 left to go, but one of them I'm reading a chapter a month, so I won't be done until the end of the year, and that's on purpose. But the 3 that I have left, and I will probably read a little bit from each of these in August. This one is The Anglo-Saxons by Marc Morris. So I actually this year picked out 2 just straight Anglo-Saxon Middle Ages medieval history books. The first one was In Search of the Dark Ages by Michael Wood. I can't remember the years it went through, but maybe all the way up to 1500. But this one seems to be a little bit more focused. It is just 400 to 1066. So I think this focuses strictly on the Anglo-Saxons, where the other one covered the Normans and several centuries after the Normans took over, from what I remember. So this one will be a little more focused on the earlier, civilizations in England. And that always fascinates me. So definitely looking forward to that. I will read some of that. Not all of it, I'm sure, in August, but some of it. I also want to read some from this one, which is Medieval Women Writers. There are several different women writers featured in here. And it tells their story and then also has excerpts from their works. And I think that these kind of books are really important because for the longest time, I thought and was told that nobody really wrote before Jane Austen. She wrote the first novel. Women didn't write much in her day and before. There's no record of women writers, prior to the 18th century, those sorts of things. And that's just not the case. That is not the case at all. So finding a book like this that, shows you all the different women writers throughout history is so fun and fascinating and awesome. I love it. Just because they weren't published doesn't mean they weren't writing. And just because we don't have the publications anymore doesn't mean they weren't published, right? Okay, and then my third book for the medieval studies will be this. This is a thin volume about the Book of Kells. And I actually did study this Book of Kells kind of briefly in this book, which I will talk about in a second, but this one goes in quite a bit more depth. I have had this book for so long. I have had this book since at least 2009. That's the date that's written in the cover. So I may have read it once. I can't remember, but it's been long enough ago that I don't really remember other than just the basic details that people know about the Book of Kells, right? So this one has a lot of color artwork in it. And I think it's just a really great resource, but I'm going to read through and be reminded of the things that I love and learn some new things. Looking forward to that. All right, and then I have 3 books that I have been reading over the course of the year. One of them I just recently started reading over the course of the year. But this one I showed you just a second ago. This is Meetings with Remarkable Manuscripts. It has 12 different manuscripts. And so I've been reading one every month. And they're just, it's just information on really old books around the world that Christopher de Hamel goes and studies and tells us about in a very humorous and interesting way. The second one is one I just started this month, and this is About Time by David Rooney. This is a history of civilization in 12 clocks. He's using the term clocks pretty loosely. It's basically just devices or ways of keeping orderly time. And so I'm reading a chapter of this each month and enjoying it. Super interesting. And then Notes from Walnut Tree Farm by Roger Deakin. I started this last October. It's put together as a nature book. It's excerpts from Roger Deakin's diaries. Besides all of that, the plan is mood reading. The plan is sort of wrapping up some things, like I said, my preschool studies that I've been doing for several months now. Wrapping up whatever it is I am going to read off of the summer TBR carts, and then giving it a nice refresh at the end of August with whatever strikes my fancy for the fall and winter. I'm so excited. I don't like it when time passes fast, but I do have to say I'm kind of glad that the summer has gone by quickly because the heat is horrific and that means the fall is coming. I just hope the fall goes slowly, and I don't know how to make time slow down. If you have any ideas, leave me a comment below. The keyword is read. Don't forget to put the keyword from this video down into the link in the description box. Hope you guys are all doing well. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.